Hey everybody, what's going on? What's happening? It's your girl Shy, and today I'm back with a requested video about how Chop tried it. So if you haven't watched my mini vlog for Jamaica, then in order to follow along and be able to catch up and keep up with what's going on, I recommend that you guys go and look at that first and then come back to this video. But those of you all who has already checked out the video, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So Chop is the guy who worked at the resort that we went to in Jamaica. And Chop is so I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Let's see. Chop is the guy who worked at the resort that we went to in Jamaica. He is the one who you all see in the video who took me snorkeling. So I'm just gonna start from the beginning and give you all the full rundown about how we met Chop and how Chop even came about. Okay, so the day that we were scheduled to leave the resort, we got up early that morning to go get in the water and take some pictures before checkout after breakfast. And while we were headed to, actually I had went and got something myself. I was headed back to the room, and Chop, he was in the water. He is a part of the kayaking, so he had a boat. So he also let us take pictures and stuff on his boat. So I'll post those too. So he did kayaking for the residents at the resort. And he was talking to me. He was I was telling him, like, you know, can we take pictures on his boat? Because like I said, that's what we had planned on doing in the first place. And he agreed. And I ended up going upstairs. Me and Kendra got ready, and then we ended up coming back down, and we got into the water. And that's when you see the video of the boat in the water that has all of the that had all the jewelry and stuff. And the man, he had some you know, some Mary J or whatever. So that's the video that you all see. Then that's when we initially met Chop. So we got into the water, we took pictures, you know, of each other. Then he took pictures of us. And yeah, we ended up telling him about us having to check out of the hotel that day. And we were asking him if he was familiar with the area that we had booked in for the Airbnb. And he said, yeah, he was. And he said that he'd be able to take us. So we ended up going back upstairs. And he was like, before we went upstairs, he was like, all right, you know, are y'all sure y'all want me to take y'all? Like, I have people all day, you know, telling me they want me to do something, and then they end up backing out. So I'm like, it's fine. Like, we're going to come back. Like, we're ready to go. We just gonna go get our stuff, and then we're gonna come back down, because I had already packed our stuff and cleaned the room before we had came down for the pictures. So we went upstairs, we got our stuff, and then he met us back by where we had initially met at, because that's what we agreed upon. And yeah, so he was telling us, like, all right, everything is good. I just went and got the van and stuff so we can get ready to go. So boom, we ended up going to the front. We gave the people the hotel keys, and we checked out of the hotel. We took all of our stuff, and we went into the van. So me being me, I'm just always like 10 steps ahead. So I took a picture with Chop, and I noticed that the badge that was hanging up in the truck was a different guy. He said it was his brother's truck or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I took a picture of the badge as well. And I sent it to, like, the people who I'm close to, and I just let them know like, hey, this is Chop, like he works at the resort, and you know, this is the van, this is who he's saying his brother is, like this is where we're going, you know, just, you know, in case he was on something fishy, then our people will know, because we're in another country and it's better safe than sorry. And I don't really trust people like that. So we ended up getting into the van, and come to find out, Chop did not know. Chop did not know how to get to the place that we were trying to get to. He was just trying to secure the ride, to secure the funds, because like I said, we was taking care of the people who was taking care of us. So we had to make like 3 stops on the way to the Airbnb. He kept having to add minutes on his phone. Like, I'm not sure how all of that works in Jamaica. Like, it didn't even look like a phone. It was like this little. And like, he was calling people off of it, and like he'll go to a gas station to try to get Wi-Fi, let us get some Wi-Fi, and to try to like do what we need to do to communicate with the Airbnb owner or whatever, to try to get more directions or specific details or instructions. So that was annoying. And like I told y'all, I had bought data, and the data that I bought was meant to be used for that, for, you know, us being outside of the hotel. But as I said before too, I don't really know how the data works. Maybe I should have bought it like before we checked out instead of buying it days in advance, you know. I don't know, but it was a mess. Nothing was working. Like, we wasn't able to get in contact with anyone. We had no service on our phones. The GPS wasn't GPSing. So yeah, we was just like, he had to call a couple people that he knows, and he's like, hey, do you know how to get here? Like, what area is this in? And then like somebody told him. So we were on the way to the place, y'all. This is a quick little side story. So we were on the way to the place, y'all, and I had to pee so bad. Like, I was in a serious tight, and we were in traffic. Like, traffic was not moving. Traffic was not moving. So I ended up just hopping out the car. Like, I just got out the car because I'm like, I don't wanna pee on myself in this man's car. So I ended up getting out the car. I just started running, y'all. I'm just running down the street in Jamaica. I'm looking like, where can I go? What can I do, y'all? I stood on the side of that street. I pulled my shorts to the side, and I peed like on the side of the street in broad daylight, like cars outside, people riding past, people. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Like, people were looking like, what the heck? But you know, like, I had to go. I had to go. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. And it was nothing else I could do. But yes, that's a little side note. So I was in Jamaica pissy. So I ended up getting back in the van, and we ended up making our way to the Airbnb. Once we got to the Airbnb, I hopped in the shower, and I changed into my swimsuit so that we can go snorkeling. And Chop waited for us, of course, because he was going to be the one to take us. And we were supposed to be going to get on the rafts or whatever, to get, you know, the little cocoa butter and all that stuff rubbed in on us and all. But my friend ended up changing her mind last minute, so we didn't get to do that. So she settled for a boat ride. She was like, we can ride a boat or something. But then when he took us to the place that he took us to, they were trying to charge too much for the boat rides with the boats that they had. It was like a kayak boat. We're not trying to go kayaking or canoeing. We want to get on a boat. So we weren't able to do that. So that's why I ended up just snorkeling or going scuba diving. So this is where things started to you know, take a little turn, or, when I just started to feel a little weird. So we ended up, while we were scuba diving, like, I was like, is he like rubbing himself against me? Like, when you're in the water, the currents, they'll push you like back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a challenge to keep your balance, when you're moving around, and like when the water is high. So I was trying to like give him the benefit of the doubt and count it towards that. Like it's probably just the currents or whatever, because it wasn't to the point where I felt like, he was just like, he wasn't excessive with it. He wasn't excessively doing it. It was just like, a couple of times. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get back to the shore, because, I just started to feel a little uncomfortable, because I just wasn't sure what was going on. I was just confused at that point. So we get back to the shore, and my friend isn't there. And I'm like, so I'm calling her name. I'm like, where the hell she done went? So she sees me, but I don't see her. She ended up going off to y'all, I don't even know what to call it, for real, for real. The building, I don't know what it was. Like, it was kind of like a business, but it was kind of like ran down. Like, if you see the video of the bar that I had posted, we were in the hood. So we were like behind that bar, but like in the same area. So she was up there talking to this guy. I forgot what his name was, Mr. Something. And I got up there, like, she was emotional, she was crying.
These are the little things, but still he's a friend.
We could be reasonable with each other.
Right.
Yeah, we will always be
but
through
still,
whatever.
she is your friend.
Yes. Still love.
He still is your friend.
Yes.
That's the way it goes.
Yes.
And he was, speaking life into her and positivity and good stuff like that. And then, Chop was like, all right, y'all, come on, let's go. And we like, hold on, golly, you being kind of rude. Like, he's talking to us and he's really telling us something. Like, why and he was like, he gotta get his brother back the truck or the van or something like that. And so we like, okay. So we ended up leaving there, and we stopped at the grocery store to get something to eat. We was going to get some seafood, and they don't sell crabs in the grocery store. So we had to pull up like to this guy's house, and he had like a truck in his like, not even a truck, but the back of a truck that you attach to it, what you keep the loads in. Like, he just had that part in front of his house, and he had a whole bunch of deep freezers inside of it, and he had like oysters and clams and crabs and all of that. And he didn't have the blue crabs though, and I think that's what she had her mind set on. So she ended up getting upset because they didn't have what she wanted, and she don't eat shrimp. So she was like, she's not gonna be able to eat. So, now we back on the way to the Airbnb. It's kind of quiet in the car or whatever. And once we got back, I took another shower and changed my clothes, and I just got in the bed, cut the TV on, and I was just really happy to have my own room, because like I said in the last video, she had woke me up. I don't know why she kept waking up so early, but she had woke me up. So I was just glad to have my own room so I can sleep in, and I can close my door if I wanted to. So that's what I did. I went in and I didn't close it all the way, but I cracked it because, I just needed a break and just a breather and just some alone time, because, it's really easy for me to get overstimulated. So I just needed a moment to myself. And Chop, he ended up leaving to go and get us some blunts. He's supposed to be getting us some blunts. And she gave him the money for it, and it was like 2 hours had passed. We hadn't heard anything from him, and we was just like, Chop ain't coming back. So we just talking junk, like we don't have no more blunts for the stuff we got left, and we got to get this gone before our flight tomorrow, because we had a flight in the morning. So next thing you know, we hear a knock at the door, and it was Chop. So we was like, oh, we was just talking about you. We didn't think he was gonna come back. So Chop wasn't by himself. Chop had brought a guy with him, and he was like, the guy is his brother, but this wasn't the same brother whose badge is on the van that I took a picture of and sent to my people. It wasn't the same person. So we just like, okay. So he came up to me, and he's like, he did my chin like that, and he's like, you feeling better? And I'm like what? Like, the energy had shifted, and I'm like, I don't know what he done told this guy. I don't know, like, what type of impression you trying to give, because you definitely didn't get an impression from me on no type time like that. So it just really like threw me off. But I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then because like I said, I had went in the room and cracked the door just to like be alone. I needed some alone time before he had done left. So the brother, he just like he rolling up or whatever, and he just like walk in or whatever, and I let him know, like, I'm like, hey, I don't know what you got going on, I don't know what y'all got going on, but this ain't that. Like, we not going for none of that. Like, ain't nothing to go over here. Like, ain't nothing to go. Ain't nothing green. Like, my hair green, but we ain't green. So yeah, just letting them know, like, whatever y'all got planned or feel like y'all done orchestrated, it's not going down. So boom, they my friend was telling Chop, like, see, you think I'm the one who crazy, like she crazy or whatever. And I'm like, nah, I'm being dead for real. And then he was kind of, caught off guard too, because that was his first time like hearing me just talk like that or get like that. But I just didn't like how the friend, brother, whoever he was, just felt so comfortable coming into our space and just like, like making himself at home. Like, no, this is not that. We're not doing that. So, and then who told you to come anyways, and who told you to bring somebody else? But so we ended up smoking or whatever, and then my friend, she didn't ever eat because she had made she don't eat shrimp, so she made me and Chop something before he had left, but he had left, so he never get to get it. But I had ate my food, and she asked if the friend could take her to KFC. So he's like, yeah, I can take y'all to KFC. So we all get in the car, and we go like down the hill or whatever. KFC, it's like probably 7 minutes or whatever. Go to KFC. Mind you, I told y'all we went at a time where they had this big special going on. So KFC was crazy. Like, if you go look on YouTube, it was viral. Not YouTube, but if you go look on TikTok and stuff, probably YouTube too, it was very viral. Like, people were in there fighting, cutting up, like it was lines from outside, like it was crazy. So the brother had jumped the line in the drive-thru, and I'm like, dude, like, I was scared because, it's crazy out there. So for these chickens, I'm thinking, like, you finna get us killed. Like, you putting us in harm's way by trying to hop in front of this car like that. So I'm like, I looked at my friend, and I'm telling him, like, dude, you tripping. Like, it's not that serious. We could have just waited in the line or went inside. And even with him jumping the line, we still was in the drive-thru for like 30 minutes. So he ended up no, this guy ended up coming to the car and like just spraying it and cleaning the windshields and stuff. Let me tell you something. In Jamaica, they are some hustlers, all right? They gonna get their money by any means necessary. Nobody even asked that man to do that. I mean, he didn't get paid from the guy that was driving us because he told him like he don't need him to do that, but he still did it anyways. But yeah, so we ended up getting the chicken like 30 minutes later, and he was trying to charge $20. Like, is you crazy? We just went around the corner. Like, why would somebody be paying you $20? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And we told him straight up, we got you a 10. Like, we rode right down the street. You're tripping. And that kind of thing started to take a shift. Like, the energy started to shift in that moment because he got upset, and he was like, you know, we don't do that here. Like, that's not nothing. Like, that's embarrassing, pulling up to the gas station and putting $10 on the pump. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, we don't put, all right, well, add some more money with it. You don't have no more money? Like, that don't have nothing to do with us. We're giving you what the ride was worth, and that's just that. So in Jamaica, they don't allow you to pump your own gas. They have gas pumpers, so you give them the money, and they pump the gas and put it in your car. So we just in the car like having a little dispute. And before that had happened, I had said something along the lines of a number that I seen on a receipt. And I was saying, like, if this was like the amount for US money, you know, this would be a lot of money. And then like they start trying to laugh and like talk junk, like make jokes like, that's not nothing here in Jamaica, baby. That's little bitty money. That's chump change. I didn't say it was nothing here. What I said was, if this was USD, if this was money in the United States, then this would be a lot of money. And they was just acting like they weren't understanding what I was saying, when I knew they understood exactly what I was saying. So they was like, they rubbed me the wrong way. And then the thing happened with the gas or whatever. So when we left from KFC, we pulled up to a place. After we left the gas station, we pulled up to a place. Like, don't know where we pulled up to. It was like weird. It was like some houses, but they had like wooden they had wooden boards and stuff, boards on the doors and stuff like that, on the windows. And it was just weird. And it was dark outside. It was late, and we didn't know where we were at. We didn't know why we were stopping. So Chop got out of the car, and his brother was still in the car. And after he done gave us all this attitude about embarrassing him, about giving him $10 for change, he starts trying to talk like, oh, why y'all so quiet? Like, what's you know, just trying to make small talk. And at this point, we not feeling it because y'all done did too much. So I had text my homegirl, and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. So Chop got back in the car. He was saying Chop was going to get some drink. That's what he was telling us when Chop was out of the car. He's going to get some drink. And then we had went to another stop. Like, we looking at each other like, what's going on? So Chop get out the car again, and he's like, he's finna go get some juice or something for the drink. Mind y'all, we done already told them we have a flight early in the morning. Like, we're not trying to kick it or do none of that. Like, we're finna go to sleep. We're finna go to bed, get ready for our flight. So we just so confused to why all the stops are being made to get drink and juice. So we pulled up to another house the second time. And like, you know, it's dark. These neighborhoods are weird. We're in another country. We don't know where we at. We don't even know y'all. So he ended up coming back in the car. And my friend texted me, and she was like, get off your phone. So I got off my phone. And when we were getting closer to the Airbnb, I ended up we was getting close to the Airbnb, she unbuckled her seatbelt, and then she unbuckled my seatbelt too. So she was saying like she has to pee, like she has to pee, she has to go to the restroom. And so she was, when he ended up pulling up to the Airbnb before he could even park, she was like, she got to pee, so just let her out right here, let us out right here. So we ended up hopping out the car, like we hopped out the car so fast, she was knocking the dang on food. So we had to, she spilled the drink, like she spilled the little rum, because we had got some rum from, it's a popular punch in Jamaica that we had got from the souvenir store that had all of the drinks. And we ended up dropping that. She ended up dropping the drinks, dropped the food too, but it was still in the bag. So she picked the bag up. We walking fast to the house. We go inside the house, we close the door, and we locked it, okay? We locked that door, and we just like, we good, because they not up to no good. Like, what is y'all making all these stops for? It was just weird. It was just weird. And like, they ended up coming to the door after they parked the car. And we was like, we good, like we finna go to bed, like we good, y'all can go. And then he was like, well, what about the Mary J you said you was gonna give me? And we was like, we ain't got it, you know, because we're not finna open this door. Like, we just don't know what they got going on, what their intentions are at this point. Like, because we thought Chop was cool, but you know. So he was like, what about tomorrow morning? Do y'all still want me to take y'all to the airport? Because he's supposed to be taking us to the airport. And we was like, nah, we good. And then he was like, why? Y'all broke? Y'all don't have no money? And it's like, that was just funny altogether, because you've been with us all day. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason it was like questionable for him to be bringing somebody else around. Like, you know, we got money. That's why you tried to make sure you secured the trip with us. Like, we paid you more than you even asked for. You know what I'm saying? Because just to show the appreciation. And they ended up leaving, and then we ended up contacting the owner of the Airbnb that we stayed in, and he got his driver to drop us off at the airport, because he was also going to send his driver to pick us up from the resort. Well, he did send his driver to pick us up from the resort, but we had already left with Chop, because Chop was going to take us to do everything else we needed to do. So we was like, it don't make sense to pay his driver, then pay Chop, you know what I'm saying? So his driver ended up coming to get us in the morning, and he took us to the airport. And by the grace of God, we made it back home safely. But yeah, you know, just be mindful of the people that you trust and the people that you have around you. Because when all that happened, it made us think too, like, when we were talking to the elderly man, you know, I felt like the way he was rushing, and then he was like, he gotta get back to his brother. He wasn't in a rush after we left there to get nothing back to his brother. Like, we went and stopped for food, like stopped at like 2 different stores, at the guy house who had all the stuff on the truck. Then after that, we ended up going we went back to the Airbnb, and he wasn't even in a rush then. So we felt like, you know, this is something that he does often. Like, he brings everybody there or something like that. Like, he was worried that this guy was going to tell us something that he didn't want us to know. So yeah, we kind of put 2 and 2 together with that, and it was just really like weird, you know. But yes, y'all, Chop tried it, and it was never gonna be that. So just, you know, make sure you all have good discernment. Don't have nobody coming all up in your Airbnb. You know, if I could have done anything different, it would have been to let the guy from the Airbnb rider take us around, and, you know, stuff like that, because he already knows where the place is. He works for the guy, and, you know, off the strength of it being business and him being a employer, you know, everything would have been like on a safer tip. And I just felt like with Chop, it was safe because he you know, he was from the resort. But honestly, I didn't even want to go to KFC. Like, I didn't even want to get in the car with them to go to KFC. But my friend didn't eat. She was hungry, and I wasn't gonna let her go by herself. So that's what that was. But yeah, I just felt the weird energy and vibes when he popped back up with his brother without asking us, without seeing how we felt about it, if it was fine. Like, that was just weird to me. I really didn't appreciate it. So yeah, just be careful out here, y'all. Make sure y'all using y'all discernment, making sure that y'all are making good judgment calls, especially being in another country, because you know it's like 10 times dangerous that way when you don't have any contact with your family or any service. And he knew that as well. But our Airbnb had Wi-Fi and stuff like that, so we were able to you know, get in contact with our people there. But yes, y'all, that is how Chop tried it, and shut it all the way down, because no, we're not going for that. But yes, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in to another video. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.
This shit too decent. Scale of 1 to 10, she a 10 piece. Usually I'm the one with the groovies. Shorty so bad.